Welcome back, people of everywhere, for another session of R&R, and this time I am finally getting around to my very first album review. And the album I'm going to be talking about is Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. I know the album came out a little while ago now, so this is probably late as far as reviews go, but I really had to listen to the album a few times so that I could really get my opinion on it. The album is completely produced by Tyler himself, and it features quite a bit of people, especially on the choruses. When the first few singles dropped, songs like Who Dat Boy and 911/Mr. Lonely and Boredom, I was pretty excited for the thing. I was like, okay, we're gonna have songs like Who Dat Boy, where we have that raw, intense Tyler that we're all used to hearing, but we're also gonna have an album sprinkled with some existentialism and introspectiveness. Is that last one a word? But what we actually got was an album full of songs like 911/Mr. Lonely and Boredom, with like 2 songs like Who Dat Boy, where it's just in your face and what we're used to hearing from Tyler. Now, I don't have a problem with artists telling us how they feel, what's going on in their lives. But when that's all you hear, just back to back to back to back to back to back, especially from an artist that doesn't usually give you stuff like that, it kind of becomes monotonous and you're just like, okay, I get it. Come on, say something else. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. Tyler seems to have really improved on his writing and his delivery and his flow, with songs like Pothole featuring Jaden Smith, where it seems like the entire song is a big metaphor comparing potholes in the road to people in your life who slow you down from driving to your aspirations. I've only been listening to Tyler for a short while now. A lot of people jumped on the Tyler train a long time ago when things like Bastard or Goblin came out. I've really only been looking into him for the past few months, but I really like him. So I came into this new album with almost everything in his past discography fresh in mind, except Cherry Bomb. I heard that album sucked, so I refused to listen to it. And there are some songs on this album where you really feel for him, like in the single Boredom, where his verses just really kind of drip and ooze with being bored with your life and having no one around, and maybe even depression. My heart really went out to Tyler during this song because it hit me right there. Now, Tyler has shown again here that he is a fine producer. That doesn't mean, though, that all of the beats on this album are enjoyable to listen to. A lot of them just kind of drag, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, yep. Alright. And of course, it had a Lil Wayne song on it. When you bring Lil Wayne onto an album where you are just pouring your heart out through probably about 80 to 85% of the tracks, and you give him a song called Droppin' Seeds, what do you think he's gonna make it about besides planting seeds in hoes? It was really just unneeded and kind of a left kick to the jaw that just came out of nowhere. It might also have something to do with the fact that I hate Lil Wayne. He's gonna come and say stuff like slamming like Onyx, you know, stick your fingers, some dropping science, I'm dropping English. Fingers and English? Not only does he not rhyme Sticky Fingers' name correctly with something, he just drifts off on the last word. He says, you know Sticky Fingers, some dropping science, I'm dropping English. When Lil Wayne says he's dropping English, I think he just means that he just doesn't speak it anymore. He's made up his own language that is just sounds and mumbles and grunts. He's just so lazy. This nearly 2 minutes is just a waste of everyone's time. One of the things that I think hyped up this album more than it really needed were all of the gay rumors that circled around it. I was gonna make a video specifically about these rumors, but that really would have given them more publicity than they needed, even though they already got way too much. And one of the biggest contributors to those rumors was the song Garden Shed. And I think that is the only reason that that song got publicity. Because that song is repetitive and boring as fuck. Garden Shed, Garden Shed, Garden Shed, Garden. Some of my favorite songs on this album are Forward, Who Dat Boy, 911/Mr. Lonely, Boredom, November, and I Ain't Got Time. Notice how many of the ones I just named were the singles for this album. That should tell you something about this album. I realize I'm ripping on it a lot, and that doesn't necessarily mean I hated the album. It is a fine listen, so I don't hate it. I just found it incredibly underwhelming. So in short, I think the album really could just use more energy and intensity, like in songs like Who Dat Boy and I Ain't Got Time, and it really could have used fewer features. I did enjoy seeing this new deep introspective look at Tyler the Creator. I enjoy knowing what's going on in the lives of the artists I'm listening to. So with all that being said, I'm going to give this album a C+. Don't forget to hit that like and the subscribe so that I can see you guys next time for more R&R.